Hi guys. I just thought I would touch on why I've started doing videos all of a sudden. Um, I'm never home and talking on the phone or over text with my friends and family is a good way to stay in touch and everything, but I thought some people, like especially my mom, would probably like being able to see me. Um, Make it feel like I'm not so fucking far away. So that was like the main thing that started me um starting to do videos and shit. My husband and I always talked about doing like a fucking podcast show when we were riding in the truck together cuz we are hilarious and we would fucking banter perfectly off of each other and it was comedic gold, at least in our opinions. We were like joking with each other about doing a fucking like a podcast or like a fucking web show or something like that, and like joking about how probably nobody else ever fucking finds us funny and all this fucking shit. So like that's over because the relationship is over and there's no friendship there at all. He burned me really bad. Um so I was just like, I'm still thinking about doing trying to do like live webcasting out of my truck, so that people can see where I'm at and all this fucking shit and the things that a truck driver deals with, and like point out things not to do if you're in a fucking car because a lot of people don't know how to drive around a truck. So, like, they think it's perfectly acceptable to drive around a truck as they do over their vehicles, and it's just not. Like, you can't fucking, like, don't tailgate us because we can't see you. If you're right on our fucking ass, like, even not even right on the ass end of the trailer, like, if you're a little ways back from the trailer, we still can't see you. There's often times where I only see the shadow of the person behind me, and that's the only way I know there's a car back there. So, and the problem with being that close to a truck is like you're limiting your range of view to just the ass end of a trailer and you don't get to see around it. So like you don't know if traffic has come to a halt in front of me, and that I'm gonna have to slam on my brakes really soon. Like, unlike a car where you can see traffic up ahead, even beyond a car, unless you're in like a smart car following like a Ford F-150 or something, then all you're gonna see is the ass end of that vehicle. So you're limiting your range of view, which is dangerous because you don't know, like, maybe there's something up ahead that if you weren't so close to the ass end of that truck, you would know, and you can't rely on the truck to, slow down early because maybe the truck driver doesn't notice. Maybe something happens instantaneously. Maybe, they're not paying attention. You don't know. You have no fucking idea. So I started doing videos so that the people back home and that know me, people that I meet along the way and everything, like, because I'm not ever around anybody. I'm in this truck, you know, 24 hours a day mostly for months at a time. And I interact with a few people here and there, mostly people inside truck stops, or at facilities and shit. So that's like the majority of the interaction that I get that's sort of personal. Um, so I thought that this was a good way to kind of break through, that barrier to make things a little bit more personal again. Because, I mean, especially now with everybody being fucking locked down and all this fucking shit that's been going on for a year, and people are fed up with it, and it's taking a toll on people in such a major way. I hear stories almost every day, either on Facebook or on the internet or from people that I talk to. I talked to a woman a couple weeks ago who, her daughter ended up dying because she had surgery, and her aftercare people just didn't fucking care about her. They didn't care about her complaints. She ended up having a blood clot, And like every time she would go in and she would tell them like something's not right, I'm still in a lot of pain, and they would just kind of brush her off because it seems like anybody who's not COVID related is just getting fucking mediocre fucking care. And her daughter ended up dying because her blood clot got so bad and then it broke away and it killed her. And so it's just not right. The whole way that our society is treating people is just not okay. So that was another factor in my decision to start doing this more personal, reach out to people. I know I'm not like the best on camera because put on the spot, my brain just, I'm pretty smart, but like the minute that I turn the fucking camera on, everything in my head is just gone, and I'm like a freaking, I'm like a squirrel in something shiny. So like if you've watched any of my videos, you notice that like I tend to like switch topics really fast and then try and circle back because I realize that I've gone off like completely onto a different tangent, and I'm like, I didn't even finish what I was talking about before. But that's just the way that I've always been. So like people that know me and like have worked with me or my immediate family, like they know that's normal. That's you talking to me face to face. So this is what this is. This is you talking to me face to while really listening to me. Because there's no real dialogue. But it's just, and like a slight morbid factor in this whole thing is like my job is dangerous, and like I'm at a higher risk of having an auto accident. So just because I'm on the road so much more, like the more you do something that's dangerous, the more likely you are as that individual, those statistics are a little higher for you than like say, because like it's more likely for me over the next 5 or 10 years to have a fatal crash than somebody who drives 30 minutes to an hour every day, because I'm driving upwards of 10 hours every day sometimes. So I probably average, if you stretch it out over a month, and if you count 34-hour breaks, which I just got one, which actually was like more like a 48-hour break, but that's because my load doesn't pick up until, the earliest was 3 o'clock and the latest is like 10 o'clock tonight. So, I probably drive at least 6 hours average every day, over that period. So it just bumps up the risk factor for me having an accident on the road. It just, no matter how good I am at my job, there's accidents that happen that is nobody's fault. It's just the situation was just perfect for it to happen. So, I don't see this job through rose-colored glasses. I don't see this job, as a naive person who's like, oh, that'll never happen to me. Like, I hope it doesn't. And I don't see, anything happening to me in the near future. But it's a thought, it's a thought that's in the back of my mind often. It's like, what if something happened to me? So I've been gone, I've had my license for, I'm not even sure now, 3, maybe 4 years. And I think it's 3 years now, just over. So like almost 3.5. And for the most part, I've been gone that the whole time. I haven't interacted with people very much. I'm home occasionally, but even when I am home, I'm not like, it's so rushed. So part of this is just in case anything happens to me, the people can remember a little bit more, because I've been gone out of people's lives for so long because of this job. And so it's not like a need to be remembered. It's just I know people that would want to remember me. So it's for them more than like my own selfish need to, if I end up passing away, that, oh my God, I want to be remembered. Like, like Bender, remember me. He builds that giant fucking like rocket ship statue and the fucking Egyptians and shit. That was, like, that's just not me. Like, I don't care if I'm remembered, but I know people, as much as it would break their heart, like, I can imagine that if anything happened to me, that certain people would go back and watch these videos just to, hear my voice, see me, remember the type of person that I was and shit like that. So, a little morbid point, but I'm a realist about shit. So, like, I understand the possibility that, something could happen and this truck could end up taking my life for whatever reason. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch base on why I'm doing videos, because it's not something that I've ever really branched into before. But with everything going on in the world and my personal life and all the changes that have happened over the last couple months, I just thought that it was a good tool to utilize. And I enjoy doing it. I mean, my dad subscribed, so I have one subscriber now on YouTube. Like, I'm not doing this to get famous. Like, eventually I would like to have, a good following, but that's when I have an actual, like, have the camera set up to, like, record where I'm at, what's on the road, that kind of shit. Because that would be interesting for people that aren't in the business to watch. Like, I've watched videos of other drivers do that and shit like that. So, oh, excuse me, I've been so tired lately. But yeah, like, I'm not expecting followers. I'm not expecting my shit to go viral. I'm not expecting, a million comments or anything like that. It's just like, this is mostly just to try to close the gap between me and the people that, my family, my friends that I've worked with, or even just acquaintances that I've, met along the way, that, mostly my Facebook friends. Most of you are my tribe. And even though we don't, like, maybe we don't text, maybe we just only interact on Facebook, like, I'll comment on your shit or I'll like your shit or whatever. Like, that's fine. That's the level of relationship that we have. And, this is just a little bit more personal. And I just want to, like, I do my best to be positive for everybody. Like, if you're going through a hard time and you need somebody to reach out to, I try to be like one of those people that, if I'm not in the middle of something crazy, like, please reach out to me. If you just need somebody to talk to that's not going to judge you, believe me, I don't judge. I am not in a position to judge anybody on their decisions, on their situations, anything. So I'm a good person to, reach out to if you need somebody to talk to. If you're, going through a hard time, you just need to vent. Sometimes I can offer good advice. Sometimes I don't have anything and I just listen. So, and I don't talk about people. Like, I don't know if, you've probably noticed, like, I don't ever talk about people. I don't talk about, anything that anybody's struggling with. I don't share other people's business. I share things that I've encountered, things that, my own stories, like, the manager at Popeyes buying my food the other day. Shit like that is what I share. Like, I don't share anybody else's trials and bullshit or anything like that unless, it's, unless they would ask me to. Or, like, with the woman that I met that her daughter passed away. Like, it's like, I don't know her. And nothing that I said gives away who she is. It's just a story that and it's unfortunate, I run into it a lot. because I talk to people out here. She worked at a restaurant and a truck stop, and I talk to people because I don't get any interaction other than that. So like if like I'm an introvert for sure, but if I don't strike up a conversation with a person, I'm not going to get a conversation, period, because the lifestyle that I've chosen is not very good for an introverted person. Um, I'd imagine an extrovert would probably go insane also. It takes a special breed to do this sort of self imposed isolation. And I'm not sure I'm really cut out for it. I like the job, but the lifestyle is really fucking hard. And it's not just me. Like, I've had friends who have been in the industry that I've met in the industry, and it's a common struggle. So, um, but yeah, so I just wanted to touch base on why I do videos. I know sometimes they're kind of boring and like I ramble on and shit, but mostly it's just me touching base with the world, feeling like I'm more in it because I am isolated. I'm in a little, like a mobile micro studio apartment, and I'm like cut off, like I'm in my own little pod and I'm cut off from everybody and everything unless I make the effort to reach out. And with everything that I'm going through, I don't reach out on a very deep personal level because when I'm going through shit, I have trouble focusing on a million different things all at once. So like if one thing in my life is demanding all of my attention, like that's what I focus on. Like when Adam and I were still trying to make things work, that was pretty much 100% of my energy and effort was into that marriage, into that relationship, into trying to mend all the damage that has happened between us over the last couple of years and find solutions for it. And that's what I do with every problem. I throw myself at it entirely, 100%. So when I disappear from people, like I know I haven't texted people in a while, a couple of my friends I haven't texted in a while, I'll drop a line occasionally just saying hi, like I'm off world. That's what I'm calling it because I've always done this, but I'm starting to just call it like I'm off world. But I'm not, like, if you need me, reach out to me, okay? And I will do my best to be there for you. But I'm just not in a mindset to remember to reach out to my friends. So it's not that you're forgotten, it's just that I just don't have the capacity to think about anything other than my immediate bubble. So yeah, so I'm off world, but I still love you all and I wish you nothing but the best. And if you ever need me for anything at all, don't hesitate to reach out because I will do my best to respond. If I'm driving, obviously I won't respond to text. And I usually don't answer the phone. I was supposed to fix my headset because my headset is too big. It falls off, like it falls down, like it sits like right here, like right below my earlobe if like the headband is flush to my head. But if I have it like where it's supposed to be, there's like this much gap on top. And like I haven't figured out how to like, they're all built for men, I swear to God. And I have a tiny little head. So, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm available. And if you ever need to talk or if you ever need somebody to, to just listen to you, um, sometimes I can offer advice, like I said earlier, but what I'm best at is just listening. So even though I may not seem like I'm very around to the people that I was texting with, I'm still here. I'm just like a turtle that just withdrew into its shell. And I don't want anybody to worry about me because this is how I've always been. So it's not like a red flag of my behavior or anything like that. Like, it's just how I handle issues in my life. Like, I am very like obsessive when it comes to fixing problems in my own life. So it takes all of my energy and all of my effort and all of my time and all my brain power. So that's basically what I'm doing, because my life is completely not what I want it to be. I need to do a 100% overhaul on my life, and it's very daunting and intimidating. So it's definitely taking up a lot of my energy and time, and I think about it constantly, even when I'm driving. You know, the things that I need to do, like I have it all listed out, like in different little steps. Like, I need to do this, like next month I need to do that, and it's just like I'm not getting very far because it's all money oriented, and I only make so much money a month. So it's just, it's one of those things where it's like it's a marathon, not a sprint, and that is not what I'm good at when it comes to tackling aspects of my life. Like, I want to throw myself wholeheartedly at a problem and fucking fix it right now. Even if I have to stay up for 24 hours, I want to fix it right now. And this is a fucking, a marathon where, like, most days I can't do anything. Like, I can't do anything to fix my life at all. So I'm just kind of like stuck, and it frustrates me. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to touch base with everybody, let everybody know, like, why I'm doing the videos, that I know that I've been kind of MIA, and I see it, and I'm focusing on myself. So that's where that comes from. And it's not a reflection of any of you. It's not that I'm tired of talking to you. It's not that I have a problem with any of you. It's not that I'm mad at any of you or anything that you could possibly, if you're anything like me and you're all like, people stop talking to you and you're like, what did I do? It has nothing to do with that. It's entirely me. And I'm just not in the proper headspace. So I'm working on fixing that. But in order to fix that, I have to fix aspects of my life that are making me unhappy. So that's what I'm working on. And these videos are serving to help, like, I'm sure, like, for one, they'll help me when I, like, have things where I want it, or, like, almost where I want it. I can look back on these and be like, oh my god, I've made it so fucking far. So, like, that, for one, is, like, an indication of progress on the goals that I have in my life. And for two, like, maybe it'll help you guys understand where I'm coming from a little bit more. And that I'm not, just ignoring you. I'm not, I don't need help. I just am dealing with the issues in my life in my own way that some people might see as, unhealthy. But that's if it was them. Like, for me, this is the best way for me to handle shit. Like, if I need help, like, really, if I need help, I will reach out. So I don't want anybody to worry about that. It's just, like, I am very much, and always have been, a person that if something is wrong in my life, like, I have to fix it. That's, like, I'm the only one equipped to fix it, because I'm the only one that knows what exactly is wrong, what it should be. Nobody else knows me or my life better than me. So that's where that comes from. And I'm sure my, Virgo tendencies have something to do with that too. But, oh god, excuse me. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that while I am sort of withdrawn, I'm not, it's not a bad thing. So I'm just focusing on myself, my life, quietly trying to get everything fucking taken care of, and it's taking all my energy. So with that being said, this video was way longer. I was hoping to only do like a couple minute video about why I do videos. But so Again, squirrel, something shiny. Random tangents. Happens all day, every day, inside my head, like, constantly. And, but yeah, I hope that, anybody who made it through the video, because I'm sure a lot of people start watching and they're like, oh my god, she never shuts up. Click. And that's fine. Like, even if you only watch the first couple minutes of most of my videos, you're probably gonna miss, like, all the gems. Like, with my Christmas one, like, there was some wisdom at the very end of that video. Um, but it's, if that's all you want to watch, that's fine. I'm not taking it personally. My life is, and it's a disaster, and this is a product of that disaster, is my disastrous videos, and I'm fine with it. I'm working on it, and I'm fine with it. So, but I love you all, and I hope that you guys all had a wonderful weekend and a wonderful holiday. And I hope that you guys can put your efforts and energy into making 2021 just fucking phenomenal, because we all deserve it. We all deserve a fucking bang up fucking year. Like, honestly, like, let's just make it happen. Let's do whatever the fuck we can to fucking fix this shit and get our fucking lives back, because this quarantine shit is just ridiculous. It's not working. It doesn't work. You can't just shut us in and shut us down, because people are dying because of it, because of being shut down. And living in fear is no way to fucking live. So let's just do what we can to fucking reshape our society to get it back to at least some sort of normalcy where people aren't, they're not dying because they're not allowed to have a life, and live. So that's what I wish for all of us in the coming year. And I love you all. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat my food, and then I gotta go to work. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if, tomorrow is Monday, I think. So have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you all soon, I'm sure.